In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the brand new TicWatch Pro 3 GPS Ultra.
This is a completely different animal.
This thing it's built like a tank.
I'm not an expert in anything, but what I do know is I really like this watch, man. It's railing proof, it's easy to use, and it looks really good on my wrist.
It has a really great looking 1.4-inch AMOLED display, and you'll interact with it using a touchscreen along with two physical buttons. And the touchscreen is responsive, it's predictable, and it's nice to use.
So incredible battery life on the TicWatch Pro 3, the best I've seen in a full-featured smartwatch.
The performance of the software and the hardware both is really a pleasure to use. And actually it's a lot snappier than the previous TicWatch Pro series, a lot snappier even than the Galaxy Watch 4.
I kind of like this traditional feel because when you swipe over to the right, you get access to your Google Assistant, you can send a message, you can start a workout, and you get quotes of the day, which I quite like personally.
Other aesthetic change, which is kind of fun, the second low-power display now has backlight color options. It's a silly small change, but I like that the glow can now be customized.
I'm not exactly what you would call the most careful with these sort of devices where I bump up into walls and stuff like that, and it's held up just fine for me, and the stainless steel bezel looks just like new.
The watch is comfortable to wear. In fact, I would say it actually feels more like wearing a fitness tracker than a full-blown Wear OS timepiece. I can wear the watch all day, and when I'm not actively using it, I barely notice it's there, which is something I cannot say for all of its Wear OS counterparts. Overall, I do like the look of the TIC3 Ultra. The simple, understated look means you can wear it anywhere with anything, including to the pool, thanks to its IP68 and military standard 810G rating.
Mobvoi continues to update and improve fitness tracking, more workout styles, and also adding blood ox to running workouts with more detailed tracking for long-term heart irregularities.
You've also got a gig of RAM on there as well, which is plenty for a smartwatch, and certainly so far the performance seems absolutely flawless.
One workout profile I found to be kind of interesting though is this high intensity interval profile, where it allows you to set up a workout routine consisting of some common exercises like burpees, mountain climbers, jumping jacks, plank, and a bunch of other stuff. So you just choose the exercises that you'd like to do, and then you can see them just start to get added to a list at the top of the screen. And then you can repeat an exercise if you'd like to. And then after you're done choosing all the exercises that you'd like to do, it then allows you to customize each set where you can choose to do a certain duration, how many reps, and rest time before the next exercise. I found this to be pretty well thought out, and then when you're done, you can even save this workout routine as a preset so you don't have to set it up again.
Now, the great thing about exercising with this watch is that you can set it to notify you if your heart rate goes too high or drops too low during exercise.
We also have an SpO2 sensor right there, and Tic Zen, Tic Breathe, and Tic Hearing, which are 3 items that I think every smartwatch should have, and I really appreciate the way TicWatch and Mobvoi have done it in this watch right here.
And then for health and activity tracking, it tracks your active hours throughout the day that you can see in green, your steps, which is in red, and then your exercise minutes, which is in blue. And then you can click into this widget to see more detail like your calories burned, distance walked or run, and then there's this new feature here with 24-hour physical and mental status monitoring, where it shows your mental fatigue level and your energy level based on your HRV.
Now would be a great time to tell you how impressive this touch screen is. It is extremely responsive, and it is a real pleasure just to play with and scroll through the app.
There are some delightful improvements made over the Pro 3. Wi-Fi connectivity for one. Now you can actually see it, so you know when and which networks you're connected to.
Battery life is probably the best news over here because it's been solid and consistent. And almost every cycle I was able to squeeze between 2 to 3 days per charge, and that's really remarkable.
Ultimately, we arrive at a Wear OS watch with the best battery life in its tier. It's a great performer, and we're starting to get more app polish on services long neglected on Wear OS.
Then when comparing the TicWatch Pro 3 Ultra with, let's say, the Galaxy Watch 4, if you're looking for a fitness device, I'd probably lean more the direction of the TicWatch Pro 3 Ultra, mainly due to heart rate accuracy as well as battery life. And what is also nice is that I'm glad that Mobvoi does have a planned firmware update to update this watch to Wear OS 3 next year.
But it can do a lot more than Huawei Watch 3 series, is much smarter than Amazfit's competitors, and can even act as a good enduro alternative if you play it smart with the workout settings.
You can do all sorts of things on this watch that just can't happen on other sport-related fitness watches like Garmin's or anything like that.
Compared to the Pro 3, it's still a beautiful display that is bright and vibrant and was easily readable outdoors in direct sunlight.
And if you want a smartwatch that's durable, well, the TicWatch Pro 3 Ultra GPS certainly ticks a lot of those boxes. You got support for over 20 different types of exercise, all of the major stuff as you can see there: swimming, jogging, cycling and mountaineering.
Downloads are snappy, apps are quick, Google Pay is fast, and the Google Assistant is responsive.
And you'll also get Spotify and YouTube offline playlists now as well. You can listen to those while connected via Bluetooth to your favorite pair of earbuds with Bluetooth 5.0.
And just like before, the TicWatch Pro 3 GPS Ultra also has a speaker and microphone on board, so you can take phone calls and listen to what the person is saying and talk back to them. You can also take voice memos and play those back and hear them, and this is what it sounds like.
How does this SpO2 sensor measure up to the one I purchased from the pharmacy, which says it is within plus minus 2 points accuracy? Well, the watch was within 1 point of it on my SpO2 measurements and was fairly spot on, keeping up with the pulse rate measurement as well.
I think it's a pretty awesome pair of watch to pick up, and if you ask me, there isn't anything to complain about this watch.
What's cool about the sleep widget here is I can actually dive into it, and I can scroll through really granular details about my sleep from the previous night.
This continues to be not only a great deal at this price, it continues to be one of the best choices for getting a truly smart watch, which, when needed, may turn into a fitness tracker and have its battery lasting up to 30 days.
That is high praise for this watch being used as a sports watch. If you wanted one watch, you wanted all those smart features, and you didn't want to take it off and put on another watch to go for your run, to go for a bike ride, to go for a swim, the TicWatch Pro 3 Ultra is a contender.
The Pro 3 Ultra checks all the boxes you would expect on a flagship smartwatch. It's durable yet comfortable, has a great display, top-tier performance, a solid health tracking suite, and class-leading battery life, and while it's not cheap, it's priced appropriately compared to its competition.
Now listen, as an everyday smartwatch, making calls and checking your text messages and the weather, things like that, this is a fantastic device. And the fact that it has that dual layer display that allows you to see it even when the AMOLED display isn't on is a real perk, and I like that feature a lot.
It's an excellent device, and it's a device that I can recommend, again, especially because of this dual layer screen. You're going to always be able to tell the time. You're also going to have battery for days and days, and that's what it's all about. You don't want to charge your watch all that often.
The TicWatch Pro 3 Ultra GPS feels like the right kind of refresh at the right time.